Are y'all ready? Can you hear me? I just got really nervous. I'm not even the one pitching. If you're in the back and you want to come a little bit closer, that would be super helpful. Welcome to the Austin Fast Start Small Business Competition for Consumer Packaged Goods. My name is Katrina Tolentino, and I am the Executive Director at Naturally Austin, the consumer goods industry community here in Central Texas, and I'm really excited to be emceeing this event. So tonight's Fast Start is a reoccurring pitch competition designed to support Austin's early stage entrepreneurs and the startups, and the event is a partnership between the Austin Young Chamber and the City of Austin Economic Development Department Small Business Program. The Austin Young Chamber supports the business community through programs and resources that bring growth and development for the young workers in our region. The Young Chamber has over 900 active members and runs 50 programs annually. That's a lot, y'all. As somebody that runs an organization, that's incredible that you offer that many resources. Keep an eye on the Austin Young Chamber website and social channels for additional programs, pitch competitions, and topics to support your business. And if you're not a member, consider joining. It's an incredible organization, and there's year-round programming. The Young Chamber is also pleased to be able to work with the City of Austin to bring forward several programs like today's that support early stage startups and small businesses here in Austin. And thank you to our event partners today, 3-Day Startup and Capital Factory. If you're capturing videos tonight, share along on social using the hashtags Austin Fast Start and CPG. So we're going to give a little bit of history and how we got here to explain a little bit about the process and the application that brought us here. The applications opened in January, and we accepted applications through March. The consumer packaged goods are items used daily by consumers that require routine replacement. And so basically anything that you can find in an H-E-B, any of these retailers that you all love, the Waterloo that you're consuming tonight, that's all consumer packaged goods. And the applications were scored by our judges here. I'm already totally off script, by the way. The application was scored by our 4 judges representing the small business, startup, CPG, and investor communities. From that scoring process, we determined our top 4 finalists who are pitching tonight. And I have the pleasure of introducing our judges seated here in front. Corey Delina, Vice President, SBA Banker at Regions Bank. Sophia Javahari, Director of Program Operations at 3-Day Startup. Elise Gamble, Supplier Diversity at H-E-B, and Ezune Udezwe, Vice President, Product Management at Procore Technologies. Thank you, judges, for your time and expertise in this application process. All right, so the voting. This is really important because this is where you guys also come in. Tonight's winner will be determined by a combined judge and audience vote. So judges will score each finalist and will account for 80% of their score, and the audience vote will account for the remaining 20%. After all 4 finalists have pitched this evening, we will display a screen with a QR code that'll be up here, and you'll scan it to pull up your mobile browser and then select your vote for the best pitch. All right, a couple of housekeeping notes. If you have to go to the restroom, if you go out this door, go to the right, past the elevators. And of course, if you have not enjoyed any of our snacks already, make sure to check out the food bar just right behind you. All right, finalists, are you ready? All right. Our first finalist is Funky Mellow. Please welcome co-founders Delisa Harper, CEO, and Zach Harper, COO.
Hey there, would you like a sample?
Yeah. What do you have?
Awesome. So I have the first plant-based refrigerated marshmallow cream on the planet.
What?
Yes.
What makes it plant-based?
Well, it's made from chickpeas or aquafaba. Are you familiar?
I am.
Awesome.
Amazing.
So I've got it in 3 flavors: vanilla, strawberry, and cookies and cream. Which one do you want to try?
Can I try all of them?
Absolutely. I'm going to give
Okay.
you a little bit of each little marshmallow flight. Try that out. Let me know what you think.
Oh my, it's so light and fluffy.
Yes.
Oh. Chocolate cookie wonder. Everything in
Yes.
here. Oh my gosh, I can't even speak. It's so good.
Yes.
Oh, and so refreshing. Strawberry. You guys did your thing with these flavors.
Thank you.
Very cool. Well, so how do I use it?
I love that question. So you can put it on top of your coffee, you know, that's a little like marshmallow flow latte thing, fruit dip, pancake waffle topping, or just eat it as a spoon, like, as a snack because it's delicious.
I mean, I'll probably eat it with a spoon, but don't tell anyone. And like, how long does this last?
6 months in the fridge. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Yes.
Wow. Well, I will buy all 3 of these flavors.
Yes.
Hi, everyone. So this is a day in the life of our store demos. And now let's talk traction. Okay, so we just launched these creams in October of last year, and we are already in 40 retail stores across the nation. That doesn't even include this end of month, we're going to launch into Foxtrot Market.
18 stores, all locations.
That's right. We're also going to launch across the Whole Foods Southwestern region.
That's right. 52 stores across the whole Southwest region.
And get ready. During the holiday season, Sprouts wants to bring us into their stores for a whopping 250 locations.
250 locations, nationwide rollout. Woo!
He's my hype man. So
Oh, yeah.
Okay, the reason why we're doing so well and why we're so popular is because we are unmatched across categories. We have delicious flavor. We have versatile creams that can be used in just about anything. And it's clean ingredients. It's also plant-based. So it really gets all the markets of the people that have different diets. They can share it with their friends. The list goes on. Our innovation roadmap is the most exciting thing. Is anyone a fan of pumpkin spice?
Me.
Yeah? How about mint?
Me.
Yeah? All right, so this holiday season, we're gonna roll out pumpkin spice and mint flavored marshmallow creams, and also some better for you snacks. So we do use aquafaba, which is derived from chickpeas, so we're gonna do some fun things with chickpeas, and then also Rice Krispie treats. We're gonna bring them back in a funky way. It's going to be little balls rolled in brown sugar cinnamon, and you can have it with your morning coffee. So you can see that we really, really need funds. And the one thing that we really want to spend this funds on is the production. So this continuous mixer, it's pretty and shiny. It's gonna up our capacity by 7. So that means it's gonna produce 80 pounds of marshmallow continuously every hour, which is what we need to keep up with even Sprouts.
AKA marshmallow for days.
Yeah. All right, so I'm Delisa, CEO, co-founder. I have over 10 years of marketing experience, and I got my MBA.
And I'm Zach, COO and co-founder as well. I have over 10 years of experience in sales, and we are the perfect team to lead this company to the top. Thank you so much for listening to us. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Judges who'd like to start.
As an A, yeah, you know my name. That's not important. Real quick, can you tell me how you got the word of mouth out there? How are you able to get distribution? I'm just trying to understand how you're acquiring customers right now.
That's a great question. So that is all us. That really comes back to me since I am heading for sales. I've just reached out to people, explained about our product. They love it. They also realize that there's a need for it too and the versatility towards it. So I think a lot of people for that reason are giving us a chance right now.
Do you have any D2C moves right now?
We do. So we do also sell online. And that's actually where we're going to roll out some of these fun snacks that we talked about as well. And it really helps to kind of amp the retailers up. They can see our traction before we bring it into the store. So yes.
Do you all see any supply chain constraints that are going to be affecting you in the near future?
So supply chain is interesting. No, for us, we don't, because our products are pretty simple as far as the ingredients go. So we can keep a tight eye on those things. And we just recently were lucky enough to get another system, inventory tracking management system. So we can definitely keep a good eye on that as well. But since our products are so, like I said, simple with the ingredients, I don't think we'll have much problem with that.
Hello. My question, I saw in there your check mark under sustainably made. It looked like only 2 out of 4 of your competitors are sustainably made. Can you elaborate on how you all do that?
Yeah, absolutely. So We actually started making this cream by reusing the chickpea juice that usually is discarded from like restaurants or any food services. We would use that and turn it into the cream. So that's the base, as Zach said, of our cream. A lot of other companies, they just typically use your gelatin if it's not plant-based, or egg whites. So we are sustainable in the fact that all of our ingredients do come from the leftover liquid, but also now that we're scaling up, we are going towards ordering from an actual vendor and getting aquafaba in big scale.
This is Elise with HEB. Where do you see Funky Mellow in 10 years, and what's your ultimate goal?
Well, we would like to be international for sure.
Yeah, we definitely want to be the #1 marshmallow company in the world too. We think we have every intention for that too, and also the better for you snack category as well. So not just with marshmallows, some of our other products too for Rice Krispie treats, our own spin on those things as well. So that's where we want to be.
Just double clicking on the supply issues. It sounds like you're getting your supply from leftover. So how does that?
We were. So that's how we
Good,
started.
okay.
But now that we're scaling up, we
Mhm.
definitely have vendors now to give us the scaled up
Perfect.
amount. Yeah.
Thanks.
So, but we're staying ahead of that, definitely.
Any other questions, judges?
The machine that you all were talking about, you said that would be enough to help you supply sprouts.
Mhm.
How many machines do you need at this point?
That machine will take care of, because it is a continuous mixer. So if we keep that running, it produces 80 pounds of cream an hour. So it's all mainly about just making sure we have people on the floor, him and I, and hiring some production help to make sure it's like produced and then packaged up so we can distribute it out. So that machine will be good for now.
How much does a machine like that cost?
So it costs $50,000, but we can actually rent to buy that machine way before that too.
Mhm.
Awesome. Thank you, judges. Audience, does anyone have a question in the audience? Let's open up the floor.
How does it hold up when you make it?
Oh my God, it's amazing. So it torches, which is what I like to do. So it'll get that like brownish, like I guess little crust on top, and it's great. I can't go back to regular marshmallows more now.
Can you share a little bit about margins, like how much it takes to make and how much that kind of stuff?
Sure, yeah. So our margins are 50% and up. For our D2C channel, they're 70%. For our retail channel, it's 50%, 55%, and our food service channel, it's 65%.
Hi there. Have you reconsidered your packaging because you are going after the resourceable, gluten-free, vegan-free customer? But you're in clamshells, you're in plastics?
Having like sustainable packaging, or? Yes. Unfortunately, sustainable packaging is very expensive. But yes, as soon as we're able to afford something like that, we absolutely would reconsider it.
Any other questions, audience?
I just had a two-part question. One, I was wondering, the flavors. I think you said you had 3, what those flavors were, what other flavors you're coming out with. And then I was also wondering just more about the story, because you guys got like great personality, great energy, and like how you decided upon a marshmallow cream vegan product.
Thank you. Yeah. But do you want to take one part? I'll take the other.
Yeah, so the 3 flavors that we do are vanilla, cookies and cream, and strawberry. As far as our story goes, we're just both vegans. We're both gluten-free as well. We noticed that there was a lack of clean marshmallows on the market right now. We like sweets, obviously, so we just started making these. We started this business 6 months into dating, and we really just thought it'd be kind of fun to create something together like that. After a lot of trial, a lot of errors, we got to this point too. But our story just comes because we saw the need for it. We couldn't enjoy marshmallows or Rice Krispie treats or s'mores or things like that too until our product.
Is that it? Last call? Yeah, go ahead.
As small business and large business, in what ways do you see Funky Mellow, helping the community or extending some of the outreach? Because it is more than profit, right? It's helping communities by having like sustainability and product.
Well, definitely when we can grow our team, we would love to hire diverse people, different backgrounds for sure, and give them the opportunity to really make a difference.
I'd also say in addition to that, speaking at different events too, we were very fortunate enough to get invited to Ridgetop Elementary, which was like a discovery day for elementary kids. And that was a lot of fun for us. And we want to do more events like that too, because we think it's very important to show our face and to show what we're doing. And it helps inspire other people too. So going to more events like that too is always a dream for us too.
And of course, being able to give back. So once we are able to be at a profitable amount where we can actually have some funds to give back and do some actually meaningful work in our community, that is kind of the eye on the prize.
So I know that people that are vegan are always finding like different food options, but how do you guys target people that aren't vegan that may not necessarily directly identify with their product and what it is you guys have?
I'd say the flavor.
Yeah.
The fact that like we have so many different bold flavors, and typically you don't see that with marshmallow. Matter of fact, I think we see people come up to like us at demos and they say that they don't really like marshmallow because they're used to just the sugar. So when we really hit all the different points of the flavor and how to use it, coffee is like a huge like way to use it. So saying that it can be a part of your everyday life and replace your typical cream and sugar, that really gets people.
Thank you so much, and I assume we can try these later.
Absolutely.
Back if you
Thank you.
I love the interactivity of that, of that pitch. All right, our second finalist tonight is Basic Bee Chai. Please welcome Anna Claire Eddington to the stage.
Can you hear me? I kind of want to talk without this, but.
What do you think about this? That's good, yeah.
All right. Hey, everybody. My name is Anna Claire Eddington, and I'm the founder and brewer at Basic Bee Chai. But before I tell you about my delicious product and company, I want to tell you a little bit about who I am, because food and beverage is all about relationships. My background is in sustainable agriculture, working on farms, working with farmers markets. I wrote my undergrad thesis on the U.S. Farm Bill. I spent graduate school researching indigenous food systems. And for the last year, I've been brewing and slinging chai at a farmer's market. Through all of this, I have learned that the most important thing in the food and beverage world and in life is relationships. Relationships with my suppliers and my customers, some of whom are here tonight, are what has really created my product and my company, Basic Bee Chai. Chai is a traditional South Asian milk beverage, usually sipped throughout the day, served hot, enjoyed in community. If you've ever had a chai tea latte from Starbucks, you've had the sad second cousin of real chai. And therein lies the problem. A good cup of chai is hard to find and harder to make. You either need to have the time and the resources and the knowledge for how to homebrew, or you default to a really oversweet cinnamon milk latte at a coffee shop. Neither of those things work for me or for people like me. So that's where Basic Bee comes in. It makes the best concentrate-based chai on the market, both for at-home sipping and for coffee shops. There are already several good coffee shop brands out there, but mine's better. It is the best chai, concentrate-based chai that I've ever tasted, and it does taste like a real cup of chai every time you brew it. So why is it so good? It's those relationships and our ingredients. I source my tea from this lady. You can see her, Avantika. She's a woman farmer in Assam, India. Our spices all come from a women-run spice collective. Our honey is from a local family farm in South Austin. Everything I have in my product is ethically, sustainably, and intentionally sourced. The best part about this is that anybody can make what tastes like a real cup of chai very easily. So maybe you go to your barista and you want to add a little shot of espresso. That's good. Or you want to take it home and mix it with your oat milk. That's also lovely. Maybe you want to put a little taste of it in your bourbon at the end of the day. You do you. But however you like it, you end up having something that is easy to make, but that tastes like real chai. I began as a farmer's market brand back about a year ago, and for 50 of the last 52 Saturdays, I popped up a tent and talked to my customers. I know that Kate really loves my chai, but she also is coming from yoga class and looking for a new job. Lauda really appreciates our intentionally sourced ingredients and that there's low sugar. And Javi is really jazzed on the idea that he can share this cool new beverage with his college-aged daughters. People come because they love the taste, and they come back because they love the story and the ingredients and the relationships. So I fine-tune my recipe based on these interactions. I know these people and I know their feedback. I now have a product that I know has traction. And how do I know? Well, I sell out almost every week, so it's good that Jad gets there early in the morning. And while I love our farmers market roots and intend to stay in farmers markets, I see more for our brand. I think we can be in every coffee shop and specialty grocery in America. And that's where the brand grows, food service and grocery. Approximately 60% of Americans visit a coffee shop each month. A solid quarter of those people order something that isn't coffee, like chai. We're already in 2 coffee shops in Austin, and both the baristas and their customers love our product. I see a lot of growth potential for food service. Similarly, at-home chai consumption has skyrocketed in the last year. And while, yes, you can get other chai concentrates, this is the best. I've been training in retail with the CPG boot camp, and I'm looking forward to launching into real grocery stores in the not distant future. I've been the CEO for about a year. And after 11 months of treating this as a side hustle, I've now taken this into being my full-time job. That's scary and exciting in a pandemic world, but I'm now also at the limit of the amount of chai that I'm personally able to brew. And that's why this pitch of competition is so important to me. I love our farmers market roots, and I've been bootstrapping through those sales, but I'm at an inflection point. I need help to move into a co-packer. With this type of money, I'm perfectly primed to be able to let the dominoes fall, to produce at large scale, and to be able to sell, again, to every coffee shop and grocery store, not only in Austin, but in Central Texas and later America. Not only do I believe in this product, I believe in where it's going. And I think that this money not only affects me, but benefits our Austin community and has a ripple effect around the globe, which is great because that's what we're all about, those types of relationships.
Thank you so much, Anna. All right, judges. Who wants to go first?
I'll go ahead and lay it on me.
All right, I'll go ahead and start. Can you just enlighten me on concentrate versus what is in the market? I'm not terribly familiar. What else? What's the competition right now?
So, have you had a chai?
I have had-
Tazo? Or
No.
Tazo at Starbucks?
I have had the Starbucks
Okay, so
version.
Starbucks bought a company called Tazo.
Mhm.
Tazo did something very similar to me, but without any of the good ingredients. So they basically make what is chai, but with half the amount of water that you would normally put into like a slow brewed cup with all the nice spices.
Mm.
And then a coffee shop will take some steamed milk and maybe a shot of espresso, heat it up, and serve it to you. It's usually very, very sweet. It also is typically cinnamon predominant. So the concentrate is typically what coffee shops make. If you want really, really good chai, you're like at a real coffee shop that has very thoughtfully sourced chai tea leaves and cinnamon and cardamom, maybe all different kinds of sweeteners, but they brew it right there on the spot. It's a lengthy process, which is why most coffee shops use a concentrate. Does that
Gotcha.
answer correctly?
It sure does.
So why that particular model? Like, talk to me. I know there's honey powder or whatever it is, but why concentrates? I'm just trying to understand.
Yeah, so
that.
you can do it either a dry mix or from concentrate. The dry mix usually ends up being a bit grainy and it doesn't pack a punch the way that a fresh brewed cup of chai would. Whereas a concentrate is as close as you can get to having that like full mouth flavor that makes you just want to fly, but without having to spend 10 minutes brewing it.
Okay. So then my real question is around distribution. It sounds like you're trying to get into stores. What is the biggest hurdle you've had? What is the objection you're getting?
Yeah, so I'm in all the grocery delivery services in Austin, and it wasn't until about 3 months ago that I decided I'm gonna do a full rebrand before I start showing up at grocery stores and saying, this is what I want on the shelf. I actually haven't had any objections. A couple of the smaller grocers in Austin are like, we want this. They're worried that, it comes like this. And so they love the packaging, but they say people are going to assume this is ready to drink and it's priced as a concentrate. So that's something I'm really working on with my design team to make sure that it is very apparent that, you're getting 4 servings out of this, or our larger bottles, 12 servings.
And I noticed you had food service and stores, but what about D2C?
Yeah, so right now my main model is D2C, being at this farmer's market. Yeah, I shipped a bunch today. I think that there is going to be a lot of growth in the Amazon space, but I've really been resisting it simply for my own ethical reasons. But I also recognize that you can't win every battle, and I think that's one that I'm going to end up having to bend on.
Great presentation.
Thank you.
So how much does one of your concentrates go for? And do you imagine that Basic Bee Chai will expand beyond just chai? Because other brands have like different flavors. There's Chai Diaries, there's Tazo, like you mentioned. I'm a big chai person, y'all, so I'm a good judge on the authentic chai.
Yes, I'm so glad you asked this. So the bottle itself goes for $12 right now. I can produce them for just under $4. And once I'm scaling up to full production, I can get it down to $3 per bottle. Right now, yes, I just have the one flavor, but I have every intention in the next 3 months of also launching a ready-to-drink line, so that we have these as well as this mixed with coffee. Maybe a partnership with Funky Mellow, but also a turmeric latte and a super spicy, because those are the 2 things that we get asked for the most often at farmers markets.
I've got 2 questions for you. First, the name.
Yes.
Where did that come from?
Basic Bee references 2 things. One, I am a white lady selling chai. Basic Bee, I want to own that fact, basic, but also we sweeten with local honey. And the knowledge of that first thing was great when I was just in front of my individual customers at farmers markets. I recognize that it could be a real turnoff as I move into larger spaces, which is why I'm going through this big rebrand. It's very lengthy, expensive, emotionally taxing rebrand.
So is the name staying in place?
The name is changing.
Okay.
I can't tell you what it is yet.
I won't ask.
We will launch on July 1st. A new name, a new design, a new bottle, all the good things. And at that point, we'll be showing up on every grocery store shelves.
Great. And then you mentioned that you need help moving into a co-packer. Talk to us a little bit about cost on that and what is that going to take?
Yeah, so I've identified a co-packer in Austin who I really trust. It's actually the same people who press our ginger juice right now. And they have a really low minimum order quantity. It's $2,000. And I can get my 16 and 32 ounce bottles as well as my 64 ounce bottles for food service produced with them. And that will give me about 300 gallons worth of chai, which will get me through about 2 to 3 months of what I want to produce.
Any other questions, judges? All right, audience, who has questions for Anna? Go ahead.
I was going to ask if you considered a smaller bottle, because when I used to sell the planogram at Whole Foods, that is not a concentrate size that customers would recognize right away.
Mhm.
Looking at 4 and 6 ounce bottles more so, that one would stand up well next to it. And with a cardboard platform that would raise the space, we would have that eye level recognition.
Mhm.
But have you looked at anything, I think you mentioned it, a 4 or 8 ounce concentrate bottle?
So I've looked at both a 4 and an 8 ounce. A 4 is out of the question because that's like a 1 serving thing. And at least with me brewing and pouring into little bottles one by one, it's just not worth it. I think it could be worth it down the line. I think what's more reasonable is an 8 ounce concentrate. The difference is that it's the prices are very similar on the bottles, on the packaging, but I haven't had requests for smaller amounts yet. I've only had requests for bigger quantities, and I think that's largely because when you see the Tetra Packs, they're 32 ounces, and so that's what people think of. Like, wait, I'm only getting how much? So it's a good question, and I'm still kind of navigating it.
You mentioned a few companies who try like bourbon. Have you tried any recipes?
Oh, Alina Eddington, see, is my sister here. Another fan. Yes, I have tried it. Food recipes. I have marinated chicken in chai. I wouldn't really recommend it, but it's great as sweet. So you can put it in cookies, All of those like, wintry flavors, pancakes, and then put Funky Mellow on top of those pancakes. It's great on top of ice cream like an affogato. So any of those flavors that really make you think of the holidays, it's a really nice pairing there.
I appreciate the family plant. One last question in the back.
I really liked your presentation. You are really passionate about what you do. So listening to your speech about your product, I really want to test it. So is there any chance to test it today or someday? Yeah.
I've got samples in my car, so don't tell anybody, but everybody come over after.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Love it. A little trunk sampling later. All right.
Not allowed, don't do it. You didn't hear it from me.
After this event. Thank you so much.
Not related at all.
All right. Third up, let's welcome Bold Move Beverages. Let's give it up for Jacob Gus.
Hello and good evening, everyone. My name is Jacob Gus. I'm the founder and CEO of Bold Move Beverages, and I'm excited to share with you my vision for the company. Bold Move Beverages is entering the alcohol industry at the convergence of several major trends. And if you look at the ready-to-drink market in the alcohol segment, it's the fastest growing segment within alcohol. It's already the third largest category, having surpassed spirit sales in the United States. They're projected to outsell wine in the next 6 to 12 months. At BMB, our mission is to energize and socialize by creating innovative, flavorful, premium products and with easily recognizable ingredients. This positioning, along with our alignment with the premiumization, sustainability, and better for you movements that are sweeping this space, will allow us to differentiate and excel as future leaders in the RTD cocktail category. We're also entering at the convergence of several major trends. The ready-to-drink cocktail category within the RTD market is the second fastest category after malt-based seltzers, growing at a 40% compounded annual growth rate. As indexed to 2000 volumes, as you can see on the graph on the left, no category has grown faster. In the middle, you'll see that ready-to-drink coffee is also exceedingly popular, especially among millennials, which are now the largest generation in the United States. And when people leave the home or need to pick me up later in the day, they often turn to ready-to-drink and flavored coffee options to meet that need. Starbucks, the largest coffee retailer in the world, generates more than 50% of their sales from cold drinks now. And cold brew is a fan favorite, growing at a 25% compounded annual growth rate. With all these trends in mind and a passion for coffee, I'm excited to introduce cold brews. Cold brew is the first premium craft cocktail of its kind that's made with specialty cold brew coffee and aged American whiskey. Each 12-ounce can has 110 to 180 calories based on the flavor, 6% alcohol by volume, and all the energy you expect from the cold brew coffee. We're going to disrupt the alcoholic beverage industry and find a way to a brunch, tailgate, happy hour, fishing trip, and golf course near you. We make bold beverages for bold people. We're excited for what the future has in store for our brand. Now to introduce the Bold product, I want to introduce the Bold team. I'm the founder, and before starting Bold Move Beverages, I started a nonprofit called Caring for Camo that sent nursing care packages to deployed troops, and worked in the hospitality industry as a revenue strategist. My CFO, Chris, is in the UT MBA program with me. We're about to graduate in a couple weeks, and he's a former angel investor himself. Sam Craig was our first full-time hire. We poached him from Southern Glazers, the largest wine and spirits distribution company in the country. And he's been an invaluable asset to our team, bringing a wealth of industry knowledge. And Caroline Fabriker, our fabulous advisor, is a serial entrepreneur, having co-founded Canteen Spirits and All Hands Cocktails. And Lexi and Gavin have rounded out our team and been awesome assets for us. Now, if you ask yourself, when would you drink a cold brews? You know, coffee is a morning drink, whiskey is a nighttime drink. And I'll tell you, there's a lot of opportunity to disrupt this industry. There's people drinking, you know, sugary Bloody Mary or sugary mimosas and spicy Bloody Marys, when really you just want a coffee, and it's 6% alcohol volume. It's coffee forward. Good band there. Or let's say you're meeting up with some friends for a round of golf, and you know it's an early tea time. You do want to have a couple of drinks, but it's a little bit early. You don't really want to have a beer. Cold brews. After a long week of work, your friends are like, "Let's go out. Let's go out. I want to see you. It's been a long time, but you need a little bit of a pick me up. You haven't had the best sleep, but you still want to socially drink. Instead of a vodka Red Bull or espresso martini that's expensive, try cold brews. And then tailgating, similar to the outdoor use case I gave you. You're going out for 11 a.m. Kickoff at UT, and you want a little bit of a drink to get your energy level up for the game. In terms of getting out there, we're going to employ a multifaceted marketing approach to sell both on-premise at bars, restaurants, and venues, and off-premise at liquor stores. In Texas, we do not sell in grocery, but we'd love to do that when we expand outside of the state. So our multifaceted approach is going to include sampling events to spur sales both on and off-premise at bars, restaurants, and venues, and liquor stores, as I mentioned. We're going to conduct point-of-sale marketing collateral to market to customers when and where they're making their purchases, partnering with bold brand ambassadors and digital marketing agencies and aspirational awesome brands that speak to our target customer. Because we cannot sell directly to customers in the alcohol industry, we've been biding our time and building a foundation, but we have been building a lot of traction. We have over 15 letters of intent. We won the University of Texas at Austin's graduate student pitch competition, and we're a finalist at Rice's pitch competition, which is one of the largest in the world. We participated in the Summer Accelerator with SEAL, and we've been shouted out through our outreach efforts. Our team continues to grow, we build knowledge, and our formulas are officially approved for production. And that segues well into our ask here. We're looking to raise $1.5 million in order to get our launch going. You can't really soft launch or bootstrap an alcohol brand. It's kind of an all or nothing proposition. And we're ready to launch and excited to talk to investors. Fortune favors the bold, so we hope you'll consider supporting our bold movement to bring cold brew snacking near you. Thank you so much for your time and attention.
Awesome. Great job. All right, judges, we're handing it back over to you.
Yeah. Do you have competitors that you're aware of, and where do you rank?
But we kind of view the incumbents, drinking beer at 8 a.m. as or earlier in the morning as like our main competition. But at the same time, there are some hard coffees and spiked coffees made with malt liquor. Kind of like we'd find a White Claw or a Truly that has that chemical artificial aftertaste, whereas a true spirit that's been distilled does not have that. So we're trying to be the premium option. And we have a trademark on cold brews to differentiate from hard and spiked coffees that have these subpar alcohols in them.
Sorry, margins, your margins. Just talk to us about your margins.
Yes. So in the beginning, our margins will be a little bit tight because we do have to sell to a distributor, and that's truly our customer. They sell to a retail account, then they sell to the final customer. In the beginning, we're going to be selling at $15.99 for a 4-pack and have about a 35% margin, but it will grow substantially as we grow the scale. So that's why launching big is truly important in this industry.
Thank you.
Okay, my question would be, you gave a lot of good examples where this product would be used, like golf, tailgating. I know I'm an alumna of Texas State, so I know they'd love that. My question would be, who is your target audience for this product, I guess? Like, are you targeting college students, like golf dads, all of the above?
There's some more use cases here. We really do view, there's one of our personas. But basically, we view like the White Claw graduate, somebody is looking for quality over quantity and wants a premium product. They're going to be skewing a little bit older than the college crowd. We like to say the millennial crowd is our main one, but it will dip a little bit below and above that as well.
In one of the first slides, you mentioned that Starbucks sells about 50% cold drinks. How does that correlate, though, whenever we're talking about something with alcohol in it? Because that's a totally different person that you're talking to, in a sense. How does that correlate, and what do those numbers look like?
Sure, that was more to demonstrate the fact that people are turning towards cold drinks more than hot coffee nowadays, and people are very accustomed to it, and a lot of people prefer it. So that was the main point there. Cold brew, though, as a category, is a very large market. It's as you can see on this, over $700 million in sales, and it's fastly growing 25% annually. So we do feel like the market is right for the taking. I think I have a market size one as well.
And where are you sourcing your whiskey from?
That's a trade secret. We're using one of the big wholesale whiskey suppliers, though.
Okay, because I know whiskey people are a little finicky.
Yeah, it's been aged for just under 2 years, so it's a rye bourbon mix.
Okay.
It's a quality whiskey.
Okay.
Congrats for finishing your MBA program. Coming up, my question is, what is the expected consumption rate of this per person? Is this like a one can and done and your heart's racing and you're feeling good? Or is it, what are you expecting?
So we do blend in a little bit of a decaf to keep it
Okay.
pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
You know, we don't want people, we don't want to be associated at all with the Ford logo. Which is, you know, we're at 6% alcohol by volume instead of like 14% in a 24-ounce can. So there are like 6 beers in one, and we're 1 beer in one.
Okay.
But we do view it as a starter drink, kind of a complimentary drink, and don't expect people to be pounding these. It's supposed to be 1 or 2, and you're good to go.
Perfect.
You share one with your friends.
Be generous. Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I build on that? What is the brand promise? Like, there is the buzz of whiskey, and then there's the high of caffeine. So, if you were speaking to that persona, what is their need that they're trying to, like, what is the itch they're trying to scratch?
Yeah, like our mission is to energize and socialize. So you know, you want a little bit of a pick me up, you want some energy, but you also want to be hanging out with your friends and having a good time.
Questions from the audience? Go ahead.
You mentioned Red Bull in your speech. How do you see Red Bull positioning as?
Sorry?
How do you see yourself positioning as Red Bull?
Yeah, we view ourselves as a cleaner alternative, something like that with all those artificial flavors in there. Red Bull doesn't directly market their vodka Red Bulls, but it's obviously one of the use cases that is out there for sure. And we'll be marketing with that use case in mind.
You want to use the mic?
Sure. Hey, so great presentation. My question is, you mentioned you have this target customer. Have they sampled your product? And if so, what are they saying about your product?
Yes. Yeah, we've done lots of tastings. We've had over 3,000 product testers. We were at the Austin Startup Crawl this past November. And people comment on the smoothness, the familiarity, the uniqueness. The people that love coffee typically comment on it's a coffee forward drink, but you can taste the whiskey and you appreciate it. It balances well.
Go ahead.
I'm curious, when you get the funding, like, what are you attacking first? Like golf, like I see college tailgates, I see like a big market for this around like millennials, 25, 40, something like that.
Yeah, we are hoping to launch in time for the football season. So tailgating and sports watching are big ones that we'll be targeting around that time period. But we do see golf as one of the biggest market opportunities for us because it's kind of the perfect use case. We have a letter of intent from the Great Hills Country Club up in Northwest Austin who sampled it, and the girl who is running the cart says that she gets asked for coffee all the time, but they only really serve water and alcohol and beer options basically.
Any other questions? All right. Thank you so much. All right, y'all. Last but not least is Fresh Halo. Let's welcome Keith Hall, founder and owner.
No worries. All right. So, hello everyone. My name's Eric Hall, and I'm the founder of Fresh Halo. At Fresh Halo, our mission is to provide natural, simple, innovative hat care products and tools for hat owners. Our goal is to empower them to preserve the health and quality of their favorite headwear. All right, so today I want to talk to you about the stinky hat problem. All right, if you wear hats, you know what I'm talking about, especially if you wear hats in Texas. Now, what you may not know is that the issue is much greater than stinky hats, right? So the issue is your head starts to sweat. It creates humidity underneath your cap, and that is the perfect breeding ground for bacteria, right? And bacteria can lead to skin irritation and other problems. The issue there is that that's nature. That stink is nature telling you that you got something wrong going on up there, right? And when I say wrong going on up there, I'm talking about under your hat, not inside your head. I don't know you that well. All right. So the great thing is that our product solves this problem by promoting a healthy environment for your head. And I'll get to more of that in just a minute. But first, I just want to tell you a little bit about the hat industry. So right now, globally, the hat industry is about $17 billion. Within the US, it's about a $2 billion market, and it's growing at about a rate of 6.5% annually. So I think it's fair to say people are buying hats. All right, so our strategy is first to focus on directions to consumer. We want to build a strong direct-to-consumer market. We also want to utilize marketplaces to extend our growth and visibility. Last thing that we want to do is we think that there's an opportunity for wholesale with fine hat makers, because those customers are spending between $150 to $600 on a handcrafted hat. All right, so let's talk about the competition. There's lots of competition in this space, but let's talk about the three main competitors: Stanky's, No Sweat, and Hat Pride. Now, the thing that you'll notice about these products is that they're all designed to fit between your sweatband and your head, right? So they're really designed to protect your sweatband from stains. Their focus is on cosmetics and not the health of your head. What makes Fresh Halo different is that we're made of natural cedar. It's a thin strip of cedar with 100% cotton backing and treated with essential oils. So cedar natural qualities are that it absorbs moisture, odor, and it prevents the growth of bacteria. These other these other products their goal is basically to replicate what cedar does naturally, right? And they put this big thing in front of your sweatband, and they're disposable, or some of them you can rewash, but they're basically replicating what cedar already does naturally. Now, let's talk about what our customers are saying. Our customers love us, and they love us because we're simple and because it works. And what we know is if it works, it means your hat doesn't stink, right? And if your hat doesn't stink, we're promoting a healthy environment for your head. All right. That's all that I have. Questions?
Well, I just realized I have stinky hat problems, so thank you.
I can help you.
Judges who'd like to go first.
Yeah, I'll go. Tell me a little bit about your cost per strip, and then what are you charging on these?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So our strips come in packages of 3, and each strip lasts 3 to 6 months, right? The cost of this, including packaging, is about $750. It retails for $24.99, and it wholesales for $12.50.
And did you say there's a cotton backing on it?
There is 100% cotton.
What would you do with the funds and the other items that you're going to be getting with Capital Factory if you were to spend today?
Yeah, I would, most of that would go towards marketing and advertising. As a D2C business, that's the biggest cost for us.
Can you speak to us about traction so far?
Traction so far, I've sold about $2,000 worth of product. This is my side hustle. I have a full-time job, 3 kids, and I'll get the wife back there. And so right now, this is something that I'm doing part-time. But as I have the opportunity to talk to more hat companies and to get out there and promote my product more. I think that that there's a great upside for it.
Just following up to that, are you on Amazon right now? What has gotten you to 2,000? Are you on Amazon?
That's
already?
all DTC so
Just
far.
DTC.
Yeah, so I am currently working on getting listed in Amazon.
I have a quick question about the consumer. What is their knowledge base on that they would even need this product? Are most people walking around with some sort of with this stankies or something, or what education do they need to be able to know they should buy your product?
And that's the challenge, right? Is because it is a demonstrable product. And so it requires some education. And I think that that is the biggest hurdle right now for us. But once people understand that it's not just about preventing your sweatband from getting stained, that's about promoting a healthy environment for your head, especially if you're a hat wearer, right? And the great thing is, you know, it's not just baseball caps that this works in. Just about every structured hat has a sweatband.
Thank you for your presentation. I understand your product is the sweatband that helps preserve your head and the health of and the benefits of that. I guess, can you speak more towards your inspiration for the product? Like, what made you jump on this to, like, I want to do sweatbands and put it in hats, and your experience in marketing? Since you said you want to use the funds for marketing, like, would you just do like Facebook ads, or are you going to do like, what's your experience there? Unless you can speak more on that.
So the first part of that question is, my wife is the reason that I started to pursue this product. She complained about, I love my hats, and she complained about my hat stinking. And so the interesting thing is, I was talking to a friend about it, and he actually pointed me to a product that's already out there on the market. It's called Zederna. And I don't know if you're familiar with it, but Zederna is, they are cedar sole inserts, and they are constructed the exact same way, but they're for your feet. And you can wear shoes without socks. And all of these great benefits of natural cedar are what has helped promoting, you know, good foot health. And so, so I spent a year tinkering and experimenting with different materials and different ways to construct and fabricate the product. And I got to a point where I was pretty comfortable. So in terms of marketing, I have tried Facebook ads. Pinterest is something that is actually, I think, showing me a little bit more of a response right now. And so I'm going to pursue that more. And then reaching out directly to fine hat makers.
Okay, audience. I saw a hand go up here first. Marcus, why don't you go ahead?
How does this affect fitted hat?
Yeah, that's a great question. This is a fitted hat, right? So the other thing, the competitors' products, they're a bit bulkier and thicker, right? And so for a fitted hat, as you know, fit is really important. And any additional thing that you add can create some discomfort, right? Or make it where you have to stretch your hat. So these are about 1/8 of an inch thick. And so it's a really discreet and small format. And so, and you can see, like, it just fits right inside the sweatband of your hat.
I'm curious to know, what is the side effect of the bacteria that you said is like the main issue that you're having? And the reason I ask is, you know, you're saying like there's an issue around like consumers not educated on the problem, but maybe it's because like when you say like, oh, bacteria is really bad, people don't know whatever. But if you say that bacteria is causing acne, then instantly people know why they need it.
Yeah, well, in many, you may have experienced that you're wearing a hat and, you know, it's hot and then your forehead starts to itch. That's the result of that bacteria building up. And when you see like on the sweatband every hat, when you see like the white sort of nasty looking, stains across your hat, that's what that is. It's the bacteria building up inside the sweatband of your hat. And so it can cause skin issues, right? And it can cause issues with your scalp.
Last question?
Do I use the microphone?
So speaking to, I know you talked about a lot of it being direct to consumer and you're talking about marketing. And so in the short term, obviously margin wise, best play, but do you see futuristically speaking, we're talking about an accessory product, right? So have you put thought into with, like you said, the high end ones, but more the consumer base? So we're talking like a retail store like Lids or something and getting in some sort of retail distribution in the future where it's sold as an accessory to, obviously it's a very demonstrable product, but as you grow, just curious as to the foresight there.
That's a great question, and I have thought about that. I think, right now retail space is very expensive. The great thing is that the packaging is really small, and so these would fit great on a hook, right? So, but I think that direct to consumer is probably the biggest path that I want to pursue because it's obviously as well the most profitable.
Thank you so much. I just want to take a quick moment to thank our founders for coming up here. We are all out of practice being in front of others, and pitching after 3 years of not pitching in front of others is a big deal. So a round of applause to everyone. All right, now it's time to vote. So if everyone can take their phones out and scan that QR code, you will be able to vote for your best pitch of the night. We'll have about 3 to 5 minutes to do that. And I guess, judges, this is your deliberation time. I've also been tasked with filling up the silence while we awkwardly vote. Oh, Jeopardy theme? Okay. So quick question to everyone here. Who is a CPG founder? Okay. Who just moved to Austin in the last year? Or really during the pandemic? Okay, that's quite a few of you. Okay. So Naturally Austin is a membership organization. So we see firsthand some of the changes that are happening in the community. So I just wanted to share a little bit and give everyone context here for why the consumer goods industry is really exciting. So consumers have changed their behavior drastically, right? We couldn't go to the store for a long time. So this has really forced, I think, changes that will stay. I haven't really gone inside a store in a long time. I buy all my groceries most of the time now online. And I think that I'm not the only one. So that change has created a lot of opportunities, and it's driving a lot of innovation, and it's also changing how our founders are thinking about their products. So there's been some really amazing products that have been coming out of this ecosystem over the last 3 years. And Austin has also become a leader in the national CPG ecosystem. There are a lot of companies that are moving to Austin. We are seeing members joining that have moved here from all around the world. We've had members move here from Canada, Venezuela, Ireland, just in the last 6 months. So we're definitely seeing that. And then founders also are attracted to being in Austin because the quality of life is really high. So they're moving their headquarters here. So most recently, Super Coffee just moved here. Poppy just moved here like in the last 4 months. And then more established brands are also sending their sales and marketing teams here because Austin is home to the consumers that the industry really wants to reach. So this is definitely a great time to be in Austin if you're a CPG founder. So welcome. And then no matter where you are in your CPG journey, the one thing that I would recommend is that you plug into the community. It is organizations that are coming together tonight to put this fast pitch competition on that's supporting entrepreneurs. So community is really the superpower here. I'm totally off script. That is my spiel. Are we done with deliberations? Oh yeah, we'll play the video. Okay.
Naturally, Austin has been a community of folks who care about the consumer packaged goods industry.
The organization is super helpful to the brands who are not just creating healthy products but also creating equitable products.
The programming has been amazing. The workshops are really wonderful. The talent and the people that they bring in to speak to us has been incredibly valuable.
Naturally, Austin's just been an incredible association. It just helps build this dynamic network of connection with everyone in the CPG space.
All right, thank you for watching my commercial. All right, are we ready to find out our winners? All right, so the winner will receive a $2,500 cash prize, as well as a few in-kind prizes. One, an annual corporate membership to the Austin Young Chamber, a golden ticket from Capital Factory, a financial consultation from VCFO, and an HR consultation as well, and a startup corporate membership from Naturally Austin. So let's find out who won. Please welcome Jacqueline Mayo, Classes and Events Coordinator for the City of Austin Small Business Program, to the stage to present the winner.
It's been a while since I've been in heels, so gotta make sure I don't fall or roll an ankle. Congratulations, you guys. You inspire me just to be a better person. You guys have really done magnificent things, and you should be really, really proud. And if you don't walk out here the winner, you're still a winner. You got here. So keep going, keep moving, and I'll be having, well, I don't eat sweets, but I'll try it. Try it. I'll get a lid, get some little bands, I'll try some booze, and I'll drink a chai. Thank you guys for being here. It is my pleasure to partner with the Austin Young Chamber. They bring so much to our entrepreneurs, our small businesses. They provide a space for them to grow, to build, to excel. And I couldn't work and partner with a better group of people than the Austin Young Chamber. So thank you, Alicia, for all that you do. And thank you to your team, Mel, Matthew, Aubrey. You guys do a fantastic job. So I'm gonna quit talking. Miss Alicia, would you like to come up here with me? We have a big fat check to present. I gotta put my eyeballs on. And the winner is Basic Beans.
Sissy, do you want to get a photo of your sister up here? That's it, y'all. Thank you so much for being here. Judges, audience, founders. Big round of applause for everyone. You guys, oh, let me turn me off.
Say something before. You guys asked great questions. Thank you. She was so sweet. I can't say every time you do it. That was great.